All right, and it is showtime. It is Friday night, so of course, those of you who like to come and hang out here with me here on Friday night know that it is Friday night block party time. So, just getting things started. Hopefully, everybody is off to a wonderful evening so far, and the start of your weekend is fantastic because this has been a really long week for me, like a really, really long week. But I do it to myself. One, I stay up entirely too late. Spend too much time making videos, and then I've been sucked in these last couple of days playing entirely too much of this game called Among Us. Um, anyway, it's free. It's on the phone. It's like $5 on the computer, but I've been having entirely too much fun doing that. So, yeah, mostly my own fault, self-inflicted stuff. But yes, so hopefully everybody's having a good time so far. And of course, I got to say it. A lot of exciting stuff going on this week. Elton, thank you very much. I'm glad that you love the content. So thank you for watching and thank you for stopping by tonight. And of course, we've got people tuning in on Twitter now because if y'all noticed about a week or two ago, I linked my live stream stuff with Periscope and Twitter for the videos. So now it's not just, hey, let me click on the link for YouTube, but also you can join us on Twitter as well and follow that way. So pretty cool. And thank you very much. I definitely wouldn't say I'm the best, but I'm glad that you enjoy the stuff that I make and the work that I put into it. I had something I was going to say a second ago. I can't for the life of me remember what it was. Don't really have much of an agenda for tonight. I don't know who's showing up. Hopefully you've got a nice tasty beverage or something to keep you entertained for the next 58 minutes. But I've got another one of my sparkling waters. This time it is strawberry and watermelon, which is pretty good. We want more details about BlackBerry's new phone. You know, you and me both. You can lump me into that we category because I also want to know more details about the new BlackBerry phone. All we know at this point is it's going to be running Android. It's going to be 5G, and it's going to have a physical keyboard. I know that the physical keyboard is not going to be one that has been used before. So it may look similar. There may be some changes. They may put their own spin on it. They might find a way to make it unique and cool and all those good things. But as of right now, there's really just not anything out there. It takes time to make a phone. Thank you very much. Yeah, I've had a lot of thoughts about the beard lately. Because here's the thing: I have very kind of wavy hair. You know, for those of you who want to talk about my beard for a second, but it's actually like this long. It's like an extra 4 inches longer than it looks, just because it's all. I don't know. I don't straighten it out. I tried straightening it out the other day, and it looked absolutely terrible. I'm never doing that again. Not going to happen again. Welcome, Unnamed Review. Thanks for stopping by. Hello. And yeah, so with the new BlackBerry, and I was thinking about this because I remember watching a video a little while back whenever MKBHD reviewed, I guess, Carl Pei or whoever with OnePlus. And they said it takes about 8 months to develop, 8 to 9 months, I guess, to develop a smartphone. And by the time most companies come out with one smartphone, they've already got the other one pretty much done. It's just a matter of, you know, a lot of things that they have to do it. They got a lot of the legwork done out of the way already. So they didn't get the licensing agreement until August, middle of August. So if we look at 8 or 9 months from August, then we got September, October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May. April or May time frame, I would imagine, if they can do this well. FIH, part of Foxconn, they're really good at making phones. I have no doubt that it's going to be a quality product, especially since they did make the Classic before. They know what they're doing. I would be happy if they made another Classic. I mean, if they made a Classic, and I was just talking about this on Twitter yesterday. I shared a story. If they made an identical BlackBerry Classic today with modern specs in it, I would use that sucker for the next 3 years, and I would be incredibly happy about it. So I'm hoping that what they make is very akin to other previous BlackBerries. I talked to Peter. He said he loved the Bold, the 8800. He loved the Classic. There's a lot of people. So he knows BlackBerry. He knows the phones. It's not like he's some guy that said, hey, you know what? Let me go make one of these BlackBerries. We haven't had one of these in a while. Let me fill this void. They seem very well put together when it comes to partnerships. And I have a video about this that I'm going to make because I want to talk about this stuff because I think people will really care about it. Right now, I think is the best time and the best opportunity that BlackBerry has had for a while because there's so many unique form factors coming to the market. I mean, just over the last year, we've had the Fold, the Razr, the Z Flip. Royale's making the Flex Pi. Huawei's got their folding tablet, folding screen phone. You've got the LG Wing that's coming out. There's a lot of ingenuity. There's a lot of novel form factors that are going into things right now. People are looking for something different. There's still that core group of people who love BlackBerry, who, if they make one, I have no doubt will go pick one up. So I think that this is going to be the best time for them to try. And I'm not calling it a comeback. I'm just calling it an existence. I don't think the world does not want keyboard phones. There are people that want keyboard phones, but by and large, people want large screen phones. They want a lot of screen real estate. They don't want to type on a keyboard all the time. But there are some people that really love typing on a keyboard and having that BlackBerry experience. They really value security. So I think there is a very, very important place for them in the world. But this is not a comeback. This is not going to be, okay, we're going to have 5 BlackBerries next year. They're going to be all over the world. They're going to retake the world market share. It's just not going to happen. What they're working for here is filling a void that BlackBerry has left because they haven't had a phone in a little while that's been new, making it more modernized, and they're going to try and reinsert themselves and reassert themselves as a dominant player in the security world. So I think that now, if they can get the pricing right, if they can get the marketing model right, if they can push this thing into the way that it needs to be done, I think we'll be happy with the continued existence of BlackBerry, which means that, yeah, probably once a year we'll get a new phone that we can look forward to, and then we can be happy and just continue with our one phone, our BlackBerry. Maybe at one point have 2 models. I don't know. I'm not involved in that. I have made myself available to them. I've told them, I said, look, I've been doing this for 15 years. I totally love these phones. If you want any insight, if you want me to look at anything, if you want me to, offer some opinions or give you some advice from what I think, I've made myself available to them. They've not taken me up on that offer, but I fully expect that I'll be doing another interview with Peter sometime in the future when there's important things to announce. Because I talked about it. They put me on the list so that we can talk more in the future. So probably when they have the next round of media outlet stuff, when they say, okay, we've got something to talk about or announce, then yeah, I fully expect to have another video talking to them. So it's just kind of wait and see thing right now. And, things are going really fast. We're already in October now. So, looking at the 2021 landscape, looking at that 8 to 9 month time frame from what it really takes to put a phone together, I think that we're probably safe to say April. I would think that they'll have a formal announcement probably around March or April timeframe. That's my guess. They have said the first half of 2021. That means anywhere from January to June. But I would expect that, if I had to guess, probably an announcement in March or April, probably a launch in May or June. If that's just my semi-educated opinion on how things work. So we'll see. Really looking forward to it. Greggles TV Army, watch Tech Odyssey. Yes, Greggles is the man. Actually, if you've seen, he and I have done a couple of collaboration videos here lately. I think we're going to do another one this weekend. I don't know what the topic is going to be yet, but it's just kind of a way to do some more interesting stuff. It's cool, me being able to go on his show, him being able to come on my show and talk about different things. So instead of just, all right, review of this, unboxing of this, it's just like kind of a sit down fireside chat thing. We talk about these very tailored topics and we give our opinions on them. So I think that it's a good thing. I think we're going to do some more moving forward, and hopefully y'all like that stuff. What do I think of the Zenfone 7? So I like Asus and the Zenfone. I really like the Zenfone 5 and 6. I wanted to get a hold of a 7. I did not get a hold. Well, I didn't think it's out yet, but I didn't get a hold of a 6. And I reached out to them a few times, and I know that they're keeping that really cool flip camera on there. So it should have the modern Snapdragon processor and all sorts of other good things on it. So I think that it's going to be a good phone. Snapdragon 865. You're not going to go wrong. The only thing that I'm concerned about, of course, is the software and security updates. But as far as being a good phone and them supporting it and being able to have access to all the things that you want on Android, I don't know what their availability is going to be like market wise, where you can pick one up, but I think it's going to be okay phone. I've been interested in the Zen phone since the Zen Phone 3, and I've never had one before. So I'll reach out to them again and see if they'll send me one. I doubt they're going to, but yeah, you never know. And sometimes it never hurts to ask. Whenever it comes to all of this stuff that I do with reviewing, a lot of times it's just a matter of reaching out to somebody and being like, hey, I'd love to work with you guys. And sometimes you get a response back and they say, no, we're not interested. Sometimes you get a response back and say, yeah, we'll put you on the list, but you never hear anything. And sometimes you don't get an answer at all. But then sometimes they're like, yeah, cool, we'd love to send you one. So, yeah, it's just a matter of finding the right PR contact and reaching out to them. 1 second. I'm trying to put this on Twitter. All right. Greetings from Japan. Hello, Ian. Hey, Japan is great. I want to go back to Japan. So a lot of people don't know this. 20 years ago, almost now, in 2004, I'd been in the military for about 4 years at that point. Saved up some money, took a week off of work, and my best friend and I packed up and went to Tokyo for a week and had a total blast. Went to a bunch of different prefectures, went to like Tokyo Tower, went and did a lot of walking around. And it was really cool. I love Akihabara. It's such a great place. Went and saw the Sega Tower, and it's so cool. Like you go in there. I love arcade games. So like the first floor was all like crane games. The second floor was all like skill games. The third floor was like fighting games. It's like every floor was just dedicated to one type of arcade game. And it was really cool. Plus they have all the electronic stuff there. I bought some anime while I was there. And it's funny because like my kids are like really into Naruto now, or Naruto, however you want to pronounce it. And I was watching Naruto getting it off of a torrent back in like 2003 and 2004, and I would have to wait for it to come out. Somebody would sub it and then put it on the torrent, and I would download it. And like every week, I would download the new episode of Naruto and watch it. And like now, it's funny because here we are, 16 years later, and it's on Hulu, and they watch it all the time in English. But it's just interesting. But yeah. I bought a Wonder Swan system while I was over there, like this little Neo Geo handheld gaming system. I bought lots of stuff while I was over there. I had a blast. I am going to go back again one day once the world gets to be a better place. My kids really want to go too. So, yeah, definitely looking forward to that. And totally know about Okinawa. It is a very big base there down on the south side of Japan, I think. And then there's also a couple of other ones. There are 2 Air Force bases that are in there. Yokota, I think, is one of them, and the other one I can't remember the name. Misawa, Yokota and Misawa. Those are the 2 ones over there. I never got an opportunity to go to either one of those, but I've heard that they're really nice. I hope they make another bowl too. Yeah, I would be totally happy with a bold or a classic, or if they just made it, but made it like a little bit bigger, something along that line. I have my Key 2 right here, and the thing with the Key 2 is. It's just too elongated and too narrow. And it needed to be a little bit wider and maybe the screen a little bit shorter. I don't know what the exact magic form factor is when it comes to these, but we'll see. I'm just excited we're getting another BlackBerry. Painfully. Yeah, maybe. I'll talk to Jason. I'm actually, semi-friends with him. He and I met at CES, and we played Call of Duty online before. We talk every once in a while, but yeah, I can talk to him and see if he wants to come on the show. I've invited him to come on for my Friday night block party before, and the problem is Friday night is a really busy time for a lot of people. Like I've got a lot of friends who want to come on, so yeah, it's. I will probably get some more people on here. I used to send out a lot of invitations right before Friday night and invite people on, and I would send them out Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, whatever, leading up to now. And it comes around to Friday night, and people have a lot of stuff going on, even though you can't really go anywhere right now. So I don't know. I'll probably get some more people on here. I think Dan's going to come on tonight. Hello, Joan. Hi. Hopefully I pronounced that right. How is the process of getting a review phone? I'm thinking of starting a channel. All right, I will come back and address this in a second. You probably heard of yeah, I already hit that one. 2 years from now, what's your goal of this channel? So 2 years from now, I hope to be at 100,000 subscribers. It's funny. When I first started the channel, I was trying to get to 25,000 subscribers in 5 years. And then I really completely redid my channel about a year ago. Things just were not going the way I wanted them to. I was spending too much time making case videos and accessory videos and battery banks, and I wasn't on the camera, which I'll segue in. TJ's got a question that I'm going to get to in a second. Finally sat down, got myself in front of the camera, learned some editing stuff, changed up the way that I did things, retooled the way I did my reviews, and my channel has gotten a lot more traction this year. So starting off this year, I had 4,200 subscribers on January 1st. And my goal for this year was 10,000 subscribers. And realistically, I didn't even think I was going to get that. When the coronavirus hit, all my views and my videos just started tanking really bad. Interest went down in consumer tech. It just wasn't good. I was like, man, maybe I'll get 6,000 or 7,000 subscribers this year. And then now I'm on the verge. I will probably hit 40,000 by the end of the year. So the goal for 2 years from now, I'd really like to be at 100,000. Hopefully have some expanded relationships with companies to where I'm working with, maybe Samsung would be nice. Just kind of establishing myself in the tech reviewer community, more so than what I just do now. Hopefully still be covering a lot of BlackBerry stuff. Hopefully that'll be really good. And yeah, I wouldn't mind entertaining the idea of going full-time doing this if things get better and continue to grow and expand and improve. Because right now I really am stretched thin. I work full-time. I work from 7 in the morning till 4 in the afternoon. My wife and I, we have 5 kids at home. My other son comes over every other week, and he's here now. So we have 6 kids. She works. Kids are doing school from home. And then I make videos I put out like 6 or 7 videos a week, usually 5 or 6 videos a week and 2 live streams. So it's very taxing. It is a lot of work, but it's something that I'm really passionate about, something I love doing. And I like to be able to talk and give my opinions on things to people so they can get the information I think that's relevant and objective that they need so that they can make the decisions that they want to make about tech or just talk about it. I mean, I love stuff in general. So I have a question for you. Why do you do that little jerking motion with your neck? I've been wondering. I have Tourette's. I don't do any vocal outbursts. I don't curse. That's a very small portion or fraction of people who live with this. It's something I've had since I was a kid, quite frankly. And the thing is it requires a lot of mental energy for me not to do it. So if I'm sitting here right now and I'm talking and I'm focused and I'm concentrated, I cannot do it. But whenever I'm doing videos, when I'm doing these things, it takes my concentration away from sitting still and not having these, voluntary and involuntary muscle movements. So you'll notice when I'm talking, especially on live streams, as opposed to when I can edit these things out in my videos, that it is more prevalent. So like if you've just been paying attention for the last minute, it hasn't happened. So I can kind of control a little bit, but the problem is whenever I get spun up talking about things, it's just not something I'm concentrated on not doing. So it's, it is what it is. I have that listed in my Twitter profile. I don't really go around broadcasting it or advertising it, but I mean, it's something that people do ask from time to time. Sometimes people are complete jerks about it in the comment sections on my YouTube, but it's life. People live with everything. So there you go, TJ. There's the answer to your question. Can you share tips on doing a live stream? So I can't say that I have a lot of tips on doing a live stream. So I use StreamYard, which I'm using right now. You can use it for free. You can stream it directly to YouTube. If you pay extra money, you can stream it to like Twitter through Periscope or other things. You can set it up. You can use a program called OBS. The actual platform that you use to stream is one thing, and whether you want to spend money, how much creative know-how you have. When it comes to hardware, you can use any sort of thing. I mean, I'm using a MacBook Pro right now. I'm using the MacBook Pro camera. I'm using a Blue Yeti mic, but the microphones built into the MacBook Pro are really good. So if you're going to do it and you've got the money or you feel like it's a significant enough investment, then yeah, maybe a MacBook Pro 16-inch might be the way to go. I do all of my editing on this. I do all my recording on either a smartphone or now I use my Sony, what is it? My Sony A7 II camera, which is kind of older, but I do 1080p stuff. I don't really see that there's a need for having. I don't really feel like there's a need for having 4K for what I do because a lot of it's commentary based with some B-roll overlay. So it really depends on what you're trying to do, what you're trying to accomplish, what you want to talk about. If you want to stream all the time versus doing just an occasional, like I do a Wednesday night tech stream and then I do this more casual stream on Friday night just to come in and talk to you people and have a good time. So yeah, you can feel free to reach out to me on Twitter if you want. I don't mind discussing this with you further if you want more information, but it's not difficult. It's just a matter of starting it and doing it, and it's a lot of learning, a lot of trial by learning. Matthew, good evening. You like the keto meal photos? Yeah, there's some nice meal photos. And for those of you watching tonight, so I'm doing a contest right now on Twitter. And if you came in on Wednesday night, Des from T-Mobile is here, and he says, "Hey, just spur of the moment. This was not coordinated. I'm going to do a giveaway with a Velvet." So we'll do a giveaway, and then depending on you have to do certain things to do it. I'll go ahead and post it here in the link. So let me see. Let me find the giveaway tweet, and I'll put it in here. So basically, all you have to do is here we go. Let me get the tweet. Copy link. All you have to do is go to this tweet right here, and you have to retweet it. And when you retweet it, you post a picture of some food because we were talking about food and like we're food junkies and we can't necessarily get the food where we want or go where we want right now. So click on that, reply, retweet it and put a picture of some food that you've taken a picture of with your smartphone and use the hashtag LG Velvet and Unhinged Tech because that's mine and Dan's Tech Talk show, and say what phone you took it with, and you'll be entered to win. And then when we do our Unhinged Tech stream on Wednesday, Des is going to come back again. We're going to announce the winner, and he said even international is fine. It doesn't have to be just the U.S., but you got to be over 18. So I think that's really cool. I'm glad that he did that. Real nice gesture of him to do, and of course we love having him on the show. You're very welcome, Ian. How long is the beer going to be? So this is an interesting question. Definitely longer than the hair on my head. I mean, this is a losing battle right now. I was talking to one of the other attorneys I work with, and then my managing attorney earlier. We were going back and forth because there was this picture that I found. Let me see if I can pull it up on my phone, and I'll show it to you guys. But it's a picture of an attorney. Let me see if. Yeah, let me open this up so you can see. Oh, shoot. Where'd it go? One day I'm going to find it. I lost it. All right. So it says here, being a lawyer is not stressful at all. John, 26 years old. And you can see there he looks like he's like 85. So, being an attorney sometimes can be really stressful, takes years off your life, all that good stuff, just like a lot of other jobs. But it's just a running joke. So they were talking about how, they're getting so much gray hair and everything. And I said, my beard is really filling out with a lot of gray hair. On top of my head, not so much, because unfortunately it leaves faster than it can turn gray at this point in my life. So anyway, it was funny, I thought. Mike, thanks for stopping by. Welcome. And, Mike, he and I were talking earlier on Twitter because both he and I want to lose some weight before the end of the year because I'm getting chunky and saggy in all the wrong places. And I started actually this week kind of regulating when I eat more, drinking less soda, trying to do some more walking. So he and I are going to do a little challenge with the Apple Watches and try and keep ourselves accountable, try and push each other to lose some weight, burn some calories, and try and get healthier by the end of the year. You lose some of this 2020 weight. So that'll be interesting. I'm sure we'll talk about this later on too. Yes, Andrew, so super excited for a new BlackBerry. And that's the thing. I have like the Samsung Galaxy Fold. I've got the Microsoft Surface Duo. I've got all of these nice, really cool, expensive phones. And I would trade any one of them in a heartbeat. for a new BlackBerry when it comes out. Physical keyboards are for me. I would still be using the Key 2 right now if it had Android 10. I like the phone generally. It's just really difficult for me to switch back and forth from all these swipe-based Android 10, Android 11 operating systems, and then go back to having to use the buttons, and it's all clunky, and I really hate that cheap LCD screen that BlackBerry Mobile used. Like, it's a well-built phone, but TCL, BlackBerry Mobile really missed the mark, I think. It's not a high-quality LCD. It really doesn't have good contrast to it. The saturation is not good. The cameras are not that great on it. So it's hard for me to use this as a daily driver when I constantly need to take pictures. I need to shoot video. I need to be able to do things. And I get really tired of losing the swipe gestures and then having to go back and hit the back buttons. It drives me crazy. So I'm really, really looking forward to the new BlackBerry with the swipe gesture implementation, just like we had on BlackBerry 10, but running Android and having a physical keyboard. I think it's going to be great. Yeah, so yeah, you can understand. Lots and lots of kids. It's an exciting life. So going back to this, how long is the beard going to be? I really don't know. Some days I'm like, you know what, I just want to shave this off. But then the thing is I'm kind of fat now, and I probably have some fat hanging off underneath. Probably have 2 chins right now. Like, this masks a lot. But I don't like it short. Like, I do like it being longer, but I just need to find a way to make it more manageable. Today I was totally lazy. I spent all day on phone calls with clients. I was here at the house. I did not feel the need to put oil and all sorts of other stuff in it. Now, all right. So apparently Dan's going to join. So let me send him a link. So if you don't want to see Dan, then you should probably just leave now. You're not really missing much anyway. He's just loudmouth and obnoxious. I don't even know why I'm friends with him. And I'm sure he'll hop in here in a second. So, yeah, got a new phone in this week. I'm going to try and get my unboxing and first impressions video out tomorrow. I already unboxed it and everything, but I've been using it for the last 2 days. And I'm a little late to the game, but I got this Pocophone X3 NFC. So Xiaomi was kind enough to work with me and send this out for me to review. So I'm really excited about that. I'm going to do a 72-hour review video on it as well. So probably what's going to happen tomorrow, unboxing, probably Monday, I'll have my 72-hour review video. And then, like a week or so after that, I'll have my full one. Are you eating chili?
Fuck yeah. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. It's not a dad bod. No, it's definitely not a dad bod.
It's not a dad bod. It's a father figure. All right.
Is that like the next evolution?
I'm telling you, this was from my son on Father's Day. I heard you. You don't know why you're friends with me. You're friends with me because I come on here and save your ass every week. So that's the only reason.
Hey, it was a good show. I had a lot of people. We were talking and having a good time and answering comments.
A lot of people to use, about 4 instead of 1.
All right. Well, when I can sit around and talk to myself all night, anyone's a crowd.
That's it. You're in your element.
It was funny, because we did the show with Dez on Wednesday, and Joe was saying before that how he felt sorry for Dez and for you because I was going to talk the whole time, and
you just feel sorry for me.
Yeah, I feel sorry for you. Like I like to talk. And Des likes to talk. So he and I just keep talk. And it's like, I think he and I take turns trying to look for a way to interject to get the other one to stop talking so we can talk. And then you're just sitting there like,
please, can I help?
Can I say something, please? Oh, goodness gracious.
You got soda. Way to go.
Yeah, I got the strawberry and watermelon one this time.
Where's that from?
It's from the grocery store here, the local one. I mean, they might have the generic up there. They don't have it at Aldi.
I've never even heard of that. It sounds good though.
So yeah, you'll look around. Maybe at Kroger they might have it, but it'll be a different brand, of course, because this is the local grocery store brand, the off brand. But it's sparkling carbonated water, but it's fruit flavored, and it has some fruit juice, 5% fruit juice.
We have them in Kroger, yeah.
But it's like
everyone.
It's only 40 calories because it uses stevia and some real sugar. So there's no corn syrup. There's no NutraSweet. It doesn't have that terrible after sweet taste, like artificial sweetener taste.
Mm-hmm.
You got to drink it cold. But I've really kind of got a taste for them now, and I enjoy them because I like to drink carbonated drinks. I like soda, but I don't like
the 0-calorie bottles that are $1 in Kroger. They have black cherry and raspberry.
I tried those. I got to drink the ones that, if it has real sugar and it's blended with stevia, because this has been a thing for a couple of years with a couple of different products.
Mm-hmm.
I can do that. But otherwise, no. The ones that are all artificial sweetener and 0 calories, they give me a headache. That too much of that artificial sweetener that's not stevia, it makes me feel weird. I don't like it.
These don't have any of that in it. I've not got any. I'll get some tomorrow. I'll just take a picture of the back of it for you tomorrow. It's not got any fake stevia bullshit in it. So,
you know what I actually like? And I don't ever get an opportunity to drink it anymore because I would go somewhere. I would go fancy places every once in a while. They'd have this cucumber water, like where they just have like the cucumbers floating in the water. Maybe put something else in there. It was a big thing. I went to Washington D.C. for the annual Low Income Taxpayer Clinic tax convention, the annual program meeting. So I went to that, and they just have like all these big, like the big glass things with like the water dispensers full of ice, and they have like. At the top, you just have all the cucumbers floating. And I kind of like, it's really a weird thing, but after drinking it for a couple of days, it's not that bad. I
don't like cucumber.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't do it at home, and I certainly don't buy it. It probably wouldn't taste that good. I'd have to make it on my own. But these things I like. And, 3 of these is 120 calories as opposed to 1 Dr. Pepper is like 160. So kind of works out.
Absolutely. We start the keto diet. I just got all the meat last week, bought $100, one of those meat packs.
Yeah.
Obviously, I can eat chili on keto, and then we're going to go and get all them drinks. So I can lose weight as fast as I put it on. I'm one of them weird guys that I can breathe in past KFC and weigh 10 pounds more, but then further down the road, when I breathe out, I'll lose the 10 pounds again if I really want to. So you're going to see some rapid weight loss.
Well, that's good. Hopefully it starts with your fat head.
Mm-hmm. Me, I'm hoping that too, because these glasses dig in like a son of a bitch. So,
yeah, that's the thing with me too. I've noticed lately. I was like looking at my videos. I'm like, my face is getting a little chunky. Like I
know. When you look at the camera and you can only see the tips of your ears when you look straight on.
Yeah. I mean, I got little ears anyway, so they don't stick out very far to begin with.
They're all stuck to the side of my head. It looks like I've had them pinned back, but I've not. So,
oh goodness.
Sorry, I got carried away on Call of Duty. That multiplayer downloaded when you left, and them new maps are really good on there. Actually, they're very, very good. And there's a new assault rifle. It only carries 20 bullets, but oh boy.
Oh yeah, I bet that is pretty good. So I was just mentioning I've got the Poco Phone X3 NFC.
Mm-hmm.
I've been using it since yesterday. It showed up yesterday about lunchtime. And there's some things I like about it. It does have it has some glitch. Like it doesn't feel complete. The operating system, this MIUI 12,
is weird.
Yeah, if it had like stock Android on it, I'd like it a lot better. I may for the very first time put another launcher on here and see how that goes.
Mm-hmm.
I've had 1 or 2 Xiaomi phones before. I had the Mi 9T last year, and I really loved the phone. I just didn't like MIUI 10. So.
I had what was it? Was it a Redmi
Note 8? The Redmi Note 8.
No 9S.
No 9. Yeah.
Yeah, and I had to do that with that because the launcher wasn't very good. But as soon as I put Pixel launcher on it or launcher, it was fine. No problems whatsoever.
But I like the 120 hertz refresh rate. I like that it has the fingerprint sensor built into the side of the power button over here. Like it's
tried the camera yet?
I haven't yet, but I mean, look at the camera on this thing. It's an interesting looking thing.
Weird.
So it's got like this weird shape to it, and then it's got 4 cameras. I'm sure it's 3 and a depth sensor, and then it has the LED.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm gonna go take some pictures with it tomorrow. I was just telling people here a minute ago that I'm going to do my unboxing and first impressions. It should come out in the morning,
mm-hmm.
and then my 72-hour review should come out on Monday.
Mm-hmm.
So
I know Dave West was rating that rear camera on that. He said the selfie wasn't great, but the rear camera was really capable.
I've seen a lot of people that have posted stuff, especially with Gcam, saying that it is really good. So, yeah, I like it. I'm glad they sent it out to me. It's super cool to be working with Xiaomi. Now, I'm trying to get the Mi 10 Pro, but my contact is on vacation for like the next 4 days. So I had just seen that a couple other people started getting them, like my buddy Brian. He got one. Who else? TK Bay, he got one, it looks like. So it looks like they sent them out to some US reviewers. I had asked for the Mi 10T, and they said that they didn't have any of those available, and they weren't really going to have that in the US. Of course, I knew that already, but
not going to have any phone in the US.
Yeah, but it doesn't seem like when they're trying to get exposure for over here. But it looks like they're trying to at least get some US exposure on the 10 Pro.
Yeah, I mean, there's a massive space in the market for them guys right now to just step into. With OnePlus going the direction they did, and now they've gone that way with the software that they have. There is a huge gap in the market. I mean, people try to fill it right now, obviously, with their price points. But I still think there's a big, big opportunity for them. They did say about 4 years ago that they were going to come to the US market with cell phones. You just had to wait for the right time. I don't see any better time. I mean, I don't know what they're waiting for.
I think it's going to be soon. I think that they've been scared because of what happened to ZTE and what happened to Huawei. I think that
they're probably before now.
I don't want to talk about politics.
Nope.
But I think if for whatever reason Trump isn't around after the election, I think you're going to see a larger Chinese push in the U.S.
Absolutely.
Because he's had a big anti-China agenda with all this technology stuff. So I think had Hillary won, I think that it would have been a more China-friendly environment here, and there would have been less. I mean, you'd probably have Huawei building our 5G towers right now.
Well, I don't know about that because the rest of the world kicked them out as well. England's just got rid of Huawei as well. They started implementing 5G into the UK, and they were like, "Nope, you can go now." They believe that
they followed suit too, and and I'm not going to say anything about them. I'm not privy to all that stuff, but
me neither.
I'm not going to comment on it. But I think that's really why. Because I know Xiaomi wanted to move into the U.S. market, but you saw what happened to ZTE. They were on AT&T for like a year, and then you remember Huawei had the Mate 9, was it, that they were going to have available on AT&T, and then it came to launch day, and then they said nope, and they didn't even put it out.
Yeah, I think it was the 10, wasn't it?
Yeah, it might have been the Note. It might have been the Mate 10. So, and I was really excited about that because the Mate 10 was a good phone. So that's just really devolved. So I think that's what it is. And like here, like Unnamed Review say, it's just not a friendly market for them here right now.
No.
Whether they're a good company or a bad company, whatever. But I think if there's a political change in January, I would think maybe next year or the year after we might see it. But if the status quo changes, it may be longer. So who knows? There's just a lot of scrutiny on it right now.
Whoa. Oh man.
So. But I'd like to see it.
I'd love to see them over. I think they've got plenty to offer. And like I was saying, when I did the review on that Note 9S or whatever it was called, it was $223. I think I paid for that thing.
They're cheap.
Yeah, 128 gig of storage. All right, it was an LCD display, but it was full HD still. It was fast. Took really good cameras, really good photographs. If you had that on the shelf at $299, and you had somebody selling phones who know what they're talking about, unlike most Best Buy employees, they could sell an absolute bucket load of them. There's no doubt about it.
It kills anything that comes in the American market around the same price point.
It kills the Pixel. I mean, the camera's not as good as the Pixel, but everything else, it was built.
This right here, $339.
And it's probably got the build quality of a S10.
It's got a really solid build quality. It looks nice. It looks premium. It feels premium. The LCD display, you can tell, is not on the high side.
Yes, usually a bit washed out.
Yeah, it's not like the really good saturated ones we get over here because they're all Samsung and LG panels.
Yep.
So I don't know who made this panel, but if it were a little bit higher quality panel, if they sold this for $399, $450, and churched it up a little bit, this would be one insanely good phone.
Absolutely.
And what I also like about it is it has a 120 hertz display. And I've got a buddy of mine, and I made a comment on Twitter earlier saying, "Wow, this phone has a 120 hertz refresh rate at 339." Come on, guys, really?
And we all know what that's alluding to.
Exactly. Because there's been everything is pretty much set in stone. I mean,
there is no reason why the iPhone hasn't got a 120 hertz screen, but that does. And it's an LCD screen. So just put that screen in it.
At $1,000. Now I can understand the $600, the $500 one, the $300 one not having it. Mm-hmm. The $1,000 Pro model should have it.
Get rid of OLED if you have to, and go with the Retina, whatever they want to call it here. I mean, whatever.
They don't even do a true edge display. They curve the edges once it gets there anyway. So it's not like they can't do it.
Mm-hmm.
It's just frustrating because we know that Apple is only probably spending $375 to make that phone they sell $1,000 for. Put an extra $20 into research and development. Put 120 hertz refresh rate in there. But the thing is, though, he already started. Mm-hmm. Other people have already started. Oh, it doesn't need it. It doesn't need it. They'll do it when it's ready. Blah, blah, blah. Okay.
When it's ready. That's the thing. It's ready.
OnePlus 7 Pro started this last year in like May with 90 hertz.
Yep.
The Pixel 4 came out with 90 hertz. The the S20 came out with 120 hertz the following year. The OnePlus 8, 120 hertz. You've got phones like Xiaomi and other ones overseas coming out 144 hertz, over 200 hertz, and the iPad.
Apple have been doing it since 2018.
Yeah, they're doing it with the iPad, the Pro model. So I think that Apple is just wrapped up in their own selves. I don't know what it is. I don't know if maybe there's a lack of availability. Maybe. But if anybody could get it, they could. I mean, if Xiaomi can put 120 hertz refresh, but the thing is, it's a lower quality screen.
And I know think of is, and I read a rumor a while ago, is that they're not getting their screens from Samsung this time. They're getting them from LG and somebody else. So whether they've not got the technology yet, I don't know.
And you also look at LG, though. You look at the Velvet, you look at the Wing, you look at the V60. They're all 60 hertz screens. Maybe they're not pushing it yet. Mm-hmm. I think because normally Apple usually waits 2 or 3 generations before they incorporate new technology. Next year will be 3rd generation. It will be there next year. Right now, without a doubt, it'll be there.
Phones at $500 all over the board will have 120 hertz display next year.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about it.
The thing is, though, this technology has matured much faster. Like if you look at people that switched to USB-C, it took a lot of years for that really to be widely adopted.
Yep.
If you look at headphone jacks being removed,
people still haven't got over it.
People still haven't got over it. Mm-hmm. If you look at the in-display fingerprint sensor, we're on like the 3rd generation of that now, and they still haven't incorporated that. So I think they pick and choose our wireless charging. Shoot, my BlackBerry Passport in 2014 had wireless charging.
What was it, the iPhone 8 that came out with wireless charging?
Yep, iPhone 8. So I think, of course, iPhone 12, iPhone 13 next year will have a high refresh rate, and I bet you it's only 90 hertz. I bet you it's not 120.
That is, but for me, I don't understand why we need to go to 120. I think 90 is quite a sweet spot because it's a definite upgrade over 60, but it doesn't kill the battery life on the device.
I think the other reason, too, is because you've looked, and Apple is always trying to make thinner. Mm-hmm. And their phones got fat. Like you look at the iPhone 10, the iPhone 11, the iPhone 10S.
Then black one, the 11 Pro. But they purposely made it fat this time because they put a bit of bigger battery in it. And I'm all for that. But
they have also said that this new one is going to have a smaller battery for the thinner form factor. So if they put a smaller battery and then they also put a 120 hertz refresh rate, that sucker would be dead by lunch again, and we'll be back to old Apple battery life.
iPhone 6. Yep.
So I think the problem is Apple's priorities, I think, are just not the same as the rest of the world because Apple will sell regardless of whether they put 120 hertz refresh rate in their screen or not.
Yeah, I agree.
But if somebody said, hey, buy a $339 Pocophone with a 60 hertz or a Pocophone with 120 hertz, that 120 hertz is going to sell more phones. It's going to cause more buzz. It's going to be so other companies need to do it to draw more attention. But I think that Apple is just doing a disservice to their customers, not having the advanced technology in there now because it's beginning to become commonplace.
The fact that Google's doing it with the Pixel 5, they're going with 90 hertz, which I think, like I say, I think that is the sweet spot. But why they just didn't go with the 90 hertz? All I can think of is, like I say, is this LG isn't ready for that yet. I'm pretty sure they're the supplier for screens this year. I read.
Well, also. They are or not going to have 5G with this one. I can't remember.
Yeah, they're going to have 5G.
But see, 5G started coming out last year. I mean, the S10, I think, no, the Note 10. No, sorry, the S10 5G was the first one. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so April last year was the first mainstream 5G phone here, followed up by the OnePlus 7T McLaren, followed up by the Note 10, the Note 10 5G. Yep. And so we're on the second year of 5G. They're a little ahead of the power curve on that one. Actually, they were kind of at the forefront whenever it came to 4G LTE.
Yes, they were.
They were one of the very first ones, and they charged you extra money for it. It was like $100 extra so you could get the LTE iPhone, if I remember correctly. So I don't know. I'm glad that they've scrapped, because this one's not an Intel modem. This one is something else, isn't it?
Qualcomm. Come back to Qualcomm.
Yeah. So
it'd be a decent radio for once.
That's been a significant problem with them the last couple of years. The Intel modems are trash.
Yeah, they are dumpster fire.
They are absolutely terrible. So I'm glad that they're doing that. I think that's going to be an improvement. I don't know. I like the way that it looks like it looks like the phones are going to look like the iPad Pros, very thin, flat on the sides. I think they're going to be really nice.
And that's the giveaway, that iPad Air 2 or iPad Air 3, whatever it is, this new iPad Air that's coming out. That's obviously the design that they probably want to match their entire series on. I would imagine next year the regular iPad will go that way as well, but it'll be smaller with thicker kind of bezels, but still have that flat format.
And yeah, like Jeff says here, 120 hertz and 5G RIP battery.
That's the Note 10 all over. I mean, the Note 20.
And that's one thing I want to talk about that here real quick. So we have complained all over the place about the Note 20 Ultra, the 120 hertz, and the 5G. Terrible. 4 or 5 hours battery life, screen on time. We would complain the same thing about Apple because, yes, 120 hertz is great, but it sucks up the battery. So even though they've got this variable refresh technology where basically it's at kind of at idle, and then when it kicks in, it goes up to 120 hertz. That helps out some, I guess. But I think that I guess Dan choked on some of the chili.
No, I didn't. My cough's coming out. I told you I'm getting sick again. I don't know what it is.
Well, you've always been sick. You're just coughing.
All right. Well, I'm getting sick physically instead of. Yeah, there you go.
So, yeah. So I think if Apple and they probably field tested this. I mean, there's got to be a prototype iPhone 12 with the 120 hertz display rate.
Copy.
So my guess is they put it through the works, and they couldn't get the battery, the power, the 5G, and the 120 hertz to jive. So they scrapped it because if they came out with it, and that's the thing with iPhone. If iPhone puts something out and it's not ready, they will receive heavy criticism. It's not like Samsung where they can just shrug it off. It's Samsung. It's not like these other Android manufacturers. Well, it's just LG. Well, it's just Asus. Well, it's just whatever. That would be a blow. You would probably see the stock drop. Like there would probably be like a drop the day that somebody said something like that and it was legit, like verifiable. So, I mean, from a company standpoint, I mean, I can see it. And of course, that's one thing that we appreciate with Android is being on the cutting edge of things. We get all the new stuff and we usually have it for a year. But we've suffered through some crappy things. Do you remember the iris scanner with the Samsung?
Oh my God.
You remember when you used to have to scroll your thumb across
the Note, one of the old Note? Yeah, like, oh God.
Terrible. The Note 4, the Note Edge, and the Note 4, you had to scroll your thumb across it.
Yeah. It was just horrendous.
Terrible wireless charging. The battery issues because Samsung was trying to push the boundary with batteries. We've had a lot of crappy things that have happened in the Android world, but they get absorbed because Android is so big.
Yes.
It's not. Apple is Apple.
Android is blamed. The manufacturer gets blamed, and then they release so many things it blurs over. It's
exactly.
Done.
And there's another one 6 months later. If Apple were to screw this up, you got to wait a whole another year for another phone. By then, you're talking about buyer confidence issues. You're talking about negative publicity. People possibly looking at other options at that point. It's much more detrimental to them, I think, if they screw something up.
The other thing about Apple, and people say Apple don't put products into their devices or features into their devices until they know they can make them better than everybody else. I call bullshit on that. The reason why they don't, yes, okay, they wait for the technology to mature, but what else happens when that technology matures? Their price comes right down. 3 generations into 120 hertz, it's probably less than half the price it was when it first came out. And I think that's what they do as well. Obviously, that way they keep their margin. And I have no doubt that that's what they wait for.
Oh yeah, because the thing is they're still going to sell it for $9.99 when everybody else has dropped it down to $500.
Absolutely. So it's not all about maturity of the feature. It's definitely a cost with Apple.
Oh yeah, sure. There's a cost.
Wait until it drops right down to rock bottom, and then they'll put it in. And
iPad
Pros are LCD, correct? But they could still use that. Why couldn't they? If it's an iPad Pro with an LCD, why can't an iPhone 11 Pro be LCD 120 hertz?
Yeah, and see, this is kind of what I was alluding to, though. It's harder to make those choices when the device accounts for the majority of revenue, because ultimately that comes back. Apple makes their phone. Apple makes all their stuff. So they're the ones to blame. It's not like, oh, Qualcomm gave us a bad chip, or so-and-so gave us a bad this or that. I mean, it's their own darn fault. So, yes, in-house is good. We reap the benefits of their closed system with their closed hardware and all the things that they do. And it's not that big of a ding towards. I mean, I'm going to get one anyway. I think it's fine. But
I hate you, Carl.
Yeah, you can super chat us $5,000 and never come back.
That's right, but it's going to be 5,000.
If you give me 4,995, I'll block you.
You're gone.
I will refund it. Like I don't want it. 5,000 or bust.
Did you see he bought my the Bose glasses off me, Carl, today?
Oh, he did?
He got the package today. Did you see the mailer that I sent it in?
Oh, with the bananas? Oh, I was wondering what that was. So I fell asleep this afternoon. I got done with work and I went and I laid down for a little bit because I had a headache. And I woke up and I'm like, why does Carl have a banana package?
With bananas all over it.
I didn't put two. Hey, I will refund you.
I'm blocking you.
Yeah, I'm sorry. You should. You're missing $4,990, Carl. I know you have a Porsche. Don't be cheap on me. Anyway. Yeah, funny. Blue bubble for the win. Yeah, so whenever you messaged me earlier and asked about the Apple Watch, so I do like the Apple Watch Series 6 a lot. And I'm going to make another video about that soon because I'm going to be my first Apple Watch review. I do like it. It still has some shortcomings, though. It still has the 18-hour all-day battery, but the thing is, you can run all your features all day. Like, it will last all day from sun up to sundown. The problem is the next day, it might be dead by noon.
Mm-hmm.
So it has enough battery to get you through the day. That's fine. It still can't make it all the way through 2 days unless you just don't have a bunch of the features enabled. Like, if you have stuff turned off, but then what's the point? So the problem is it's just so small. They need to find a way to make batteries last longer for those the smaller battery sizes. Of course, as battery technology matures, they've gotten way better.
Yeah, but foldable batteries and all kinds nowadays.
This has been a criticism that Apple Watch has had from the beginning, though. Every single series of Apple Watch is only designed to get you through 1 day.
Mm-hmm.
So what happens is they make a more efficient processor, but then they add more features to go along because it has a larger battery than the 5.
Mm-hmm.
But it has more features. So then it's dead. So they all die after a day. It's just that they grow with the features, so you get more and more stuff that lasts you 1 day.
It's never bothered me that because I don't have any watch. I do not sleep with a watch on. I just think it's uncomfortable.
That's the thing that gets me, though. It has the sleep tracking now. If you have sleep tracking, that sucker needs to last 48 hours.
Mm-hmm.
That way you can charge it the next day before you get ready to go to bed the next night.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been having to wear mine all day, and then I put it on the charger while I screw off on my phone for an hour or two, and then I put it back on before I get ready to go to sleep.
Yeah.
But it does have faster charging, so instead of taking like 2 to 2.5 hours to charge, it only takes an hour and a half to charge now. So they've lowered the charging time. They're snappier. It is more responsive. I mean, it's really nice to use. It doesn't feel laggy. It doesn't feel slow. It's not something that you really tangibly feel like if you're using a Series 5 or a Series 4.
Mm-hmm.
But having the new one, it does feel it feels snappier when you use it.
Yeah. Yeah, I like the Apple Watch. For me, I mean, I've had the Galaxy watches and you got the new ones that have just come out, and I'm going to really upset some people here. Well, they are nowhere near as good as the Apple Watch.
Yeah, and Carl's got this right here. I think we're on the verge of the next big thing when it comes to these technologies. Like, we've stretched the last generation of technology kind of to its limits. So I'm just waiting for something new to come out that will allow us to push the boundaries to the next level.
Yeah, that's probably your next big innovation as well. I mean, I don't really see what else they can do other than the camera being hidden under the display. Other than that, and ZTE have tried it, but it looks kind of funky because you've got that square that you can see. But I think battery is the next major evolution when it comes to mobile devices. It's got to be. They've got to be working on something that can charge super fast and last a couple of days.
And that's what we've kind of been at now. The battery technology has evolved, but we've been making more and more powerful things to power the screens and the features.
Yep.
So if you look at 2 years ago, good battery life was 5-6 hours on screen on time. We're still at that mark.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them longer if you turn on battery saving measures, but it needs to be better. I think that you really need 7 or 8 hours of screen on time. I mean, if we could get to 9 or 10 hours of screen on time, that would be great. But the thing is, though, is for a normal person who's not like me or you, who will kill 5 hours of screen time by dinner,
Mm-hmm.
they do last 2 days. So I mean, I think we're in a subset of people that just
They cater to the masses and not to the geeks. That's the way it is, and I can't blame them. Really, what's the point in?
Yeah, well, I mean, if they tried to make all of us happy, then they never would, because I think, like, my wife doesn't know any better. My mom doesn't know any better. My sister doesn't know any better. They just know that, all right, I've had my iPhone for 2 years. I want the new one. It looks cool.
Mm-hmm.
And then they get it. They back up from their iCloud. Same experience, a couple new features, and then they're on their way. They're really happy. So,
Luca, I was just going to say, Samsung have really changed the market. I had no interest other than the Galaxy Z Flip. I had no interest.
hey, I did you a favor.
Bullshit.
Hey, had you got that Z Flip and spent all that money, you might not have been able to get the Fold. So I saved you a lot of heartache.
I'm glad that's the way you see it. Okay. But the Folds are the Z Fold 2. Putting price aside, as an actual device, the Z Fold 2 is my second favorite device ever. So it's fantastic. It is an amazing device.
Digital Slang's here. Howdy. Welcome.
But yeah, I think foldables. I'm looking forward. If this is, I don't know whether you noticed this tonight. You know, when we're talking to Des, and I mentioned the Pixel foldable. Did you see his face?
No.
Go back and watch that video. I'm telling you.
I know it's coming. I think
back and watch that video. He knows.
He has connections. He
knows.
Yeah, I'm not going to push the guy. I like that.
No, I won't push him on it. It was just the look. It was like, you know, it's one of those.
You know who we really need to talk to, though?
I know, but no, I don't think so anymore. Anyway, we'll see. So,
oh goodness.
What I want to know is Zach from Jerry Rigs Everything going to grab a Tab S7 Plus and bend it in half like he did with an iPad Pro?
I don't know.
He should do. I mean, he's trashed the iPad last two generations, 2020 and 2018. And I'm not even an Apple person, but he's trashed them because of the way they fold. So
I stopped watching his videos after he made this one, and it was like, oh, it's okay that it's okay.
That was the One Plus, wasn't it? It was the Nord.
Oh yeah, sorry, yeah, the OnePlus Nord, yeah.
Oh look, it just broke in half. But hey, I think that's okay because of the price of the phone. No, motherfuckers, because you've just been paid to do this, and it wasn't meant to do that, and it did it, and you're now trying to not. Yeah, no.
Like normally, it's like, well, this is a really bad sign. This is disappointing.
Yeah, this goes on the shelf of shame.
Yeah, that one didn't go on the shelf of shame, and then I'm like,
you got told it was still a good device.
Not watching.
Yeah,
I haven't watched one since.
Yeah, that was just his Fold 2 thing he did today though was pretty good.
I'm sure it was. He makes good stuff. I just kind of lost some of the romance with the
a lot of people lost a bit of faith in him.
Yeah, any phone. Yeah, especially the old, especially the iPads
and the iPhone 6S.
Yeah, I remember that one. I mean, they were markedly getting bent from just people putting them in their back pocket.
You know what other phone bent from putting it in your pocket? And I don't know how this didn't get more coverage. And we have 3 of them at work that did this. They twisted and bent the Pixel 3a XL was a phone that would warp terribly.
The whole thing's plastic, bro.
I don't care. I don't care. I mean, it warped. I mean, literally, you could put it on the desk and it would rock side to side.
Hey, Carl, did you get your Fold? Did you get a Z Fold 2 yet?
No, he's going to tell us he's poor.
Yeah, he's poor, but he's going to post another picture. He's going to have that new model, that Tesla Plaid model.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why you're poor, Carl, because you buy $200,000 cars.
Yes.
Buy a $2,000. Just buy a $2,000 phone.
Mm-hmm. Save yourself a lot of money.
You will. You'll be happier too, because you'll be at home playing with your phone instead of driving your expensive car.
That's right.
Yeah. So my wife got that Tesla, and she was telling me like the last 2 days. She's like, "I need to make this video. I need to make this video." I'm like, "Welcome to YouTube life."
Buy her a GoPro.
I bought her a ZV-1.
Yeah. Oh well. Yeah, you can get a cradle for that to put it in the car as well.
I was really surprised. She was out there shooting footage today so she could make a video. I don't know what it was about. I think it was about the floor mats. She got floor mats for it, but it's ridiculous. I know I told you yesterday. She put out that picture, the same pictures that I posted. She tweeted it. I mean, I think I got like 100 or 200 views, and I thought that was, likes. I mean, that was good. I thought. I mean, it wasn't for the point of getting likes. It was just sharing something happy about my wife. Excuse me, but she posted that same picture yesterday with her post. I kid you not. I think it's at like 4,000 likes in 2 days, and she's got like 400 followers now from one post. I'm like, good gosh, woman.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I told her a long time ago, like in joking, I said, look, I need to train you. I need to show you how to do all this stuff, learn how to talk about all this stuff.
You can be the face of my channel.
Exactly. I was like, you sit there and talk about it. I'll write the scripts for you. I will train you.
I said to my wife, because you've seen my wife, she's quite busty, let's say.
Yeah.
And I said to her, I said, I don't care whether you think this is sexist or just whatever. I said, you need to talk on video about my stuff, and you need to wear a low-cut top.
I told her, I said, you'll have 1 million subscribers in like a year.
That's it. I said, you can have a video of me talking about the Fold 2, or you can have a video of you talking about the Fold 2 with 6 inches of cleavage, and I guarantee you that 6 inches of cleavage is going to get you 6 times more the views that I'm going to get, because
you have 6 inches of cleavage. It's just covered in hair.
Only 3 right now. All right.
Maybe after keto, you can get it down to an A cup again.
That's right.
Ed, howdy. Welcome. Thanks for showing up again.
Nice chainsaw, Ed.
It's been an hour already? Goodness gracious.
Goodness gracious me. Yes, I've been here 35 minutes.
Time flies when you're having fun. I mean, I was having a good time talking with everybody earlier, but I was, this last 30 minutes is like, whew.
This is why you have me as your friend, like I said at the very beginning.
Don't act like it's not beneficial. I don't know. Maybe I'll send you this poker phone when I get done with it. You can test it out if they want to send you one.
Sure.
It's like I'm going to sell it. I mean, shoot. It's weird, though. The case on the bottom here, it has a little tab to protect the USB-C to keep moisture.
I know 9S did as well.
This case, like this phone to me, I like the way the phone feels without a case, but you know how I am with I put cases on phones.
Mm-hmm.
It is a fingerprint magnet. Like just from doing, I mean, it looks gross.
That's why I bought a pink Fold 2.
But then the other thing is with this case is one of those cheap plastic TPU cases that also looks like a clear coated candy bar.
Yes.
I do not like this case at all. Like you use it for a day or two and it just feels grimy and you can just never get that nasty out of it.
Has Sam, if you go onto my Twitter at EnglishDanYT, Spigen or Spidgen or whatever you want to call them, they've shipped my case today for the Fold 2, which is a pretty decent looking case as well. I'll have it hopefully Monday. They have started shipping those through Amazon. So Hey, thanks.
I don't work with them.
I bought it. I didn't work with them. It's not. No, I haven't paid pennies for it.
Well, people have asked me before. Like I'm not anti-Spigen, but they pissed me off. Back when I had like 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, 6,000 subscribers, I reached out to them like 2 times over the course of a year, and they told me that I didn't have a high enough engagement rate or enough reach so that they weren't going to work with me.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't work with them. And they came back to me like twice in the last 6 months and asked me if I want to review their stuff.
No thanks.
I told them no.
Yep, don't blame you. Good, Jeff, with that recap. That is a good recap there, Jeff.
Yeah, Dan is nice.
Perfect recap.
And there's a new BlackBerry coming next year.
Yes. I must have missed that bit.
Yeah,
but I know that I know what you said anyway because I hear it like most of the time anyway. So
yeah, I think that's one of the reasons people like my channel when it comes to BlackBerry stuff, though, because you can see people make BlackBerry videos, and that you can tell that it's,
Weird to mention BlackBerry.
Yeah, but I mean, a lot of people, you can see their stuff, especially as it becomes popular. They're like, "Oh, let me make a BlackBerry video."
And now it's going into something else, and then it'll be 11.
So, for better or worse, I've been making these videos for a long time because I actually love BlackBerry. There we go. It's great to have power.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
I was like, "Will you shut up?" They're like that freaking debate the other night. Like, can somebody please shut this man up?
Oh God.
Oh goodness gracious. Yeah. So
on Call of Duty in a minute and just thought that
Oh, you're gonna play some more Call of Duty? Mm-hmm. I tell you need to get that Among Us game. It is really fun.
I looked at that after you told me.
No, I was having a ton of fun. I was playing earlier, and I finally got to be the killer again for a while. And I killed like half the people on the ship. But it came down to like somebody found one of the dead bodies, and they put it up for a vote. And I'm like, it was this guy. It was this guy. I saw him. He was by the body. And then they threw him out the airlock, and it's like, it's fun. It's really fun when you get to play the bad guy.
That's great, Adam. I'm not downloading it.
All right, whatever.
Yeah,
whatever yourself.
Whatever. All
right. Well, I guess we'll go
wrap it up. Going to work, right? I wonder how this is going to work when the new Xbox comes out and I've got one and you don't, and we have to play Call of Duty together.
Cross-platform, I'll play on my PC.
That was just me having a dig. Just having a dig that I have an Xbox Series X. What do you have? A BlackBerry in 2021.
Yeah, I do have a 2080 Super in my Ryzen 7 desktop, though.
Don't care about it, though.
And a 4K monitor.
Don't care about it. I mean, your 2080 Super is now worth about $300.
That's okay. It'll still play 4K 60, no problem.
So will my Xbox Series X.
I know. So we'll just play cross-platform.
And it's still cheaper than your 2080 Super was.
Oh, it's way cheaper. I paid. I was pissed whenever they announced those 3080s at like
a week after, 3 weeks after, something like that they said about them. It was not long after.
Well, here's the thing though. They're not as fast as people make them out to be. Yeah. They're talking about RTX. They're not talking about straight up frames per second. Yes, it is more powerful and it's better with RTX, but there's still very few games that actually have RTX support.
Yes.
So it's like 5G.
Until these consoles release, then you'll see everything's got RTX support.
Oh yeah, and then next year, I'll get a 3080 and I'll pay $400 for it.
Yes, that's it.
Easy peasy. I think I am gonna upgrade my PC though. I think I'm gonna upgrade it because I've got a second gen Ryzen 7.
Yep.
And I'm thinking about getting a third or fourth gen Ryzen 9.
You may as well go to the fourth now.
Yeah. So I was looking at the third gen Ryzen 9s, and my Sarah's going to buy it for me for our anniversary present.
Nice.
Well, I got her a ZV-1. I got her a freaking iPad Pro. I got her all this stuff. I'm like, the least she can do is get me a $400 processor, I think. Mm-hmm. It's like, here, I spent $3,000 on you. Buy me a new.
Funny how it works that way, right? Funny how it works that way.
Yeah. She's like, well, I was going to buy you a new picture to put in your. Really?
Or do I want it with a photograph?
Yeah, I see you every day.
Yeah.
So,
but it's sentimental and it's worth so much more. It's priceless. Stop talking.
All right. Let's tell you what. I'll return your ZV-1 and all the stuff that I got you.
And I'll get you a picture of me like this. Right.
Yeah, our 8-year anniversary is in 2 weeks.
Wow, 8 years.
Yeah, 8 years she's put up with me.
Me and Leanne have been together 9 years, just over 9 years. 10 years in about May-ish next year.
That's pretty impressive.
Only been married. Well, this will be our second wedding anniversary in December 28th.
Yeah, so I think, and that's why I was talking about the 32 gigs of RAM. I need to get new RAM. I have
again.
I have 2400 series memory. I didn't realize that these losers with CyberPower PC put a low grade memory in it. So I was looking at it.
Because mine didn't. The one, I mean, all right, it's broke twice, but that one had 3200.
I bought this one a year or two ago.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, mine has, it's 2400 series. So I'm upping it to 3200, but I can get like 32 gigs of 3200 for like
150 bucks.
Yeah. So that was I don't really need 32, but I'm not going to pay 80 for 16 when I can pay an extra 30 bucks and get 32. I'm getting 32 gigs of RAM. My board will support the processor. I don't need to upgrade the board. My board, since the board is newer than the 2nd gen Ryzen, it'll support the 3rd gen.
Asus board. Is it the B series? B550 or B450?
No, it's I think it's an Asus tough board.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's like an
Asus B550, I think, in mine in that last one, which decent board.
So I did the research. The board will support up to, I think, 34 or 3600 series RAM. So I'm going to get 3200 series, 32 gigabytes, and I'm upgrading to the Ryzen, the 3rd generation Ryzen 9, because I got a dual radiator fan water cooler on it already. So,
see, what I'm going to do, I will go back to a PC. It just pissed me off that I've gone through 2 in 6 weeks kind of thing. And with the Xbox coming out, I'm not really going to use it. And then I'm going to grab a PlayStation. So again, I'm not really going to use it. So I'm thinking if I wait until this time next year, obviously NVIDIA will have the 4 series cards probably wanting to come out, or AMD will have their 6 series, which everything, it makes sense right now to wait a year, I think, or 10 months.
I'm a little disappointed. I reached out to like 2 different companies that are going to be making the 6 series Radeons. Like, hey, I'd like to review one, because I mean that's kind of, I've been adding more PC stuff. I love PC stuff. I do. Yeah. So like, yes, of course, my channel is going to focus on phones and some like premium earbuds. I'm not doing cheap $20, $30, $40 earbuds anymore. I've kind of streamlined it a little bit more, but I do like the PC arm. I am. It's kind of fun for me. I buy that stuff, especially for my kids all the time. So it just makes sense. Yeah, I'll go ahead and review this Turtle Beach thing. Oh, and just, for you guys out there watching, you don't know, Turtle Beach has reached out to me and Rocket and has sent me stuff to review. I put a picture the other day, so that's coming. And I think, Dan, they finally reached out to you today, so that's good too.
Yeah. Sam, how do I feel about the Surface Laptop Go? Any manufacturer who puts 4 gig of RAM in a laptop nowadays and charges, is it 500, 600 bucks still?
$599
with 4 gig of RAM in 2020. I mean, don't get me wrong, we've had some serious shenanigans in 2020, but 4 gig of RAM in a laptop right now is just no. That's worse than a Chromebook.
I actually don't have a problem with it, and here's why.
I do at the price.
Here's why. If you look at the processor, did you look at the display resolution? It's barely higher than 1024.
Yeah, I know.
It has a dumbed down resolution. It has a dumbed down processor. This is only designed for kids going to school. It's only designed for online web work. It's very tailored. This is a 2020 product. You won't see this next year unless things stay the same. This is a very 2020 product.
But what you can get for the same price, that is what blows my mind.
Microsoft. People believe in Microsoft.
Absolutely.
Other companies get away with this.
But
yeah. So that's all it is. People are getting a Surface. This is something good for kids. It's something good for like this work from home garbage. It's something good for these like junior high and high schooler kids.
Bingo, Jeff. It's a 2020 netbook.
Yeah. I say it's a very, very focused, because that's even, I was talking to Dom earlier, he had posted something about it. I'm like, you're never going to touch that 4 gigabytes of RAM because it can't run any applications that are that large.
No.
Like, that's why you need more RAM, is the applications. But what he has a valid point, though. If you run this, if it's an administrative run device, it's on a network for like enterprise or a lot of schools and things like that, they're going to bury it with all the crap they have preloaded on it and running in the background.
Mhm.
But if somebody just buys, it's like if I went and I bought this for my 10-year-old, this would be a perfect portable. Look, you can do it for school, then you can take the keyboard off or whatever, and then you can run around and you can draw on it and you can watch Netflix.
I thought it was a laptop.
Sorry. Yeah, laptop. Yeah, it's a Surface Go laptop. It's not a Surface Grow.
Basically, it's the Surface laptop, but a cheaper version of it. And don't get me wrong, the Surface laptop, I had one of those for anybody who didn't. It throttles like crazy. I mean,
that's the only problem. It's because they don't put the cooling on.
The stream that we're doing now, all right, I'm not on my camera's behind me, doing its head face down, but I normally stream with that, and that thing could not even handle streaming through that. It was like, come on.
Yeah, that's because that they try to make them so thin. They don't put the fans in them. They throttle them. So instead of being a 25, 35 watt power, they throttle them back to 15. So that way they keep the heat down and all that stuff. So yeah, they're not as powerful, but they're very functional and they're very reliable if you're just doing work. If you just don't do gaming and don't do streaming, and you'll be okay.
And see, Ed makes a good point here. And Asus, I don't know what's happened with Asus. They seem to have, Asus was a really good brand when laptops years ago, and now they're kind of middling. But as an actual product, they're still really good. The VivoBook, I almost bought a VivoBook this weekend, one of those royal blue ones with the mouse pad that's also a second screen. Almost bought one of those, but for $400, he's probably got an i5, 10th gen i5 with 8 gig of RAM and 256 gig of storage.
Oh, hey, if you want to talk trash about Microsoft for making a $599 Surface laptop go, what about the conversation we had just yesterday? How you got to pay $18.99 to get a 10th gen i5 and a MacBook?
An absolute joke in the MacBook Pro. Yeah, the 13-inch MacBook. Who in the right mind is going to go out and spend $1,800 on a MacBook Pro 13-inch just so
with no dedicated GPU?
No,
And their upper series RAM is the lower series RAM for the 16-inch model.
Yes.
So people don't know that, though. They just see, oh, it's got more storage and more RAM. That's what I need. Yeah. Look, a person that buys a 13-inch MacBook Pro is not going to notice a difference in performance between the $1,199 model and the $1,800 model.
They're buying it because it's cool. It's cool.
Bingo. I tell you what, day one on law school, the second week of law school, after everybody got they all got their financial aid money. Like the first day of law school, there was like people who had money, like they had bought them already. After everybody, like you could tell after the grant money and like the student loan money went out to everybody after their classes got paid for, within a month, my class of 120 people was like 80 MacBooks strong.
Oh, I can believe it.
Like every single one of them. Every single one of them.
Yeah, I can believe it.
There you go.
And that's what you pay for, though, with, and I will, he is right, Luca, here. That is what you pay for when you buy a MacBook, because the OS is that streamlined to the metal that they're using. You could never get a Windows laptop to run as well as a MacBook, because it's like Windows is like the Android of the PC world. It's so fragmented. There's so many different variations, whereas obviously the MacBook's like an iPhone of the computer world, and they control everything on it. So the OS is, I think, where all your money's going to. It's obviously not hardware.
That's the thing with this, though. Like, I've got this 2019 MacBook Pro 16-inch now. I'll be using this probably 3 or 4 years from now still.
And it'll still be worth.
It'll still be worth $1,500.
Yeah. It's still going to get updates. It's still going to run really quick. It's, you can go right. Year before, I had a 2013 iMac with 24 gig of RAM, and it had I want to say a 3rd or a 5th gen i5 in it with a 2 gig NVIDIA 7 series graphics card. I can't remember what it was, but that thing flew. And it had an old mechanical drive in it, and it was fine. It was still getting updates.
In 2016. Early 2016, I bought a 512 MacBook Pro 2012. Like I bought a 2012 MacBook Pro. I bought it in like 2015, 2016. No, 2016. Early 2016.
If you want to take it quicker, I'll buy it off you.
I paid like $1,200 for that thing. and I still sold it for like $700 or $800 2 years later. And it was like not even the HD. It wasn't even rent a display. It was still like the 720p screen. So they're good. They last for a long time. This right here will last me for a very long time. I mean, I will not be upgrading it because I need to. But hey, I only owe $1,800 on it now.
Yeah, only.
Well, seeing as when I got it 4 months ago, I started off at like $2,400. I mean, been paying it all.
Price yours, or did you not get it in? I thought you got it on sale. Yours when they went down to 21 or 22.
It did. I got it for $21.99, but you still got to factor in tax. So
yeah.
So let me see. $21.99 times 1.0825. My out the door price.
Dang.
My out the door price was $2,380, and I owe $1,800 on it now. So I paid off.
8.25%. Holy crap! It's only 6.75.
That's because Texas doesn't have. We don't do income tax here. We only do property tax.
Florida.
Yeah, we do. Yeah. So our property taxes are higher and our sales tax is higher, but we don't have an income tax. So that's why.
Gotcha. Luca, how do you pay $450 for that? Because I have been looking for one of those and they are so expensive. So expensive.
What is?
Paid $450 for a Dell XPS 9570. It's the 4K version with the 1050 Ti in it. Probably a couple of years old, but they're still going for $1,000.
That's surprising. I'm going to pick up an AirPad 2020. Yes,
I'm not, because I have the 12.9 2020 Pro. That's the only reason.
Yeah. And I'm trying to decide what to do. I was going to trade my Tab S6 in, but my son, he really wants a Samsung. I have one son that's like diehard Samsung.
Oh, yeah, but to get $450 for it.
Let's go. His birthday's in December, like December 1st. So, and Christmas. So I was thinking about holding on to it because, my youngest son has an iPad. He's got an iPhone 11. He's got a 2018 iPad. I just got him an Apple Pencil for it. Uses all the time. And then my other son, he's like diehard Samsung. I just gave him my S20 Ultra, and he really wants a tablet. So I thought instead of, I'm going to turn around and spend $300 or something in December anyway to buy him crap. So I was like, I may just put this in the box.
Yeah.
Still make a video or two with it, and then here you go, you can have this because it's still very good. The Tab S6, this is the perfect Android tablet to me. If they kept this form factor and made put the 2020 hardware in it, I would use this.
Well, that's the Tab S7.
Yeah, except for it's LCD.
Oh yeah, is that OLED? It is. That Tab S6 I've got is an OLED.
Yep. The Tab S7 is the first LCD flagship Tab S since the original. Since the Tab S2, they've been AMOLED.
It's not a very good OLED screen then in the Tab S6.
The Tab S2, the S3, the S4, I think the S5e, I think it was still an AMOLED. It may have been an LCD. The S6 is an AMOLED. The S6 Lite is LCD. The S7 is LCD. The S7 Plus is an AMOLED. And you know what? I told you about this the other day. I got absolutely murdered on that video that I made saying that the Tab S7 Plus is too big.
It is.
It is.
I stand by. I have, you see, 12.9-inch iPad Pro. It's not too big because of the form factor. It's 4x3. Yeah,
this one's like the 16 by 10.
Yeah, whatever it is.
It's so narrow. It's like this tall.
Yeah.
It is an amazing tablet. I like it a lot. I love Samsung tablets. But this right here is my favorite tablet ever. And I'm going to make a video about that and tell people look, best Android tablet 2020, the Tab S6. And the thing that irks me too, so this has the Snapdragon 855 and 6 gigs of RAM and 128 of storage. You know what they put in the S7 and S7 Plus? 128 gigs of storage and 6 gigs of RAM. But the S7 Plus is $850.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I knew that, yeah.
How in the world do you get a Note 20 that's got 8, Note 20 Ultra's got 12. How are you going to have? It's usually a size issue. How do you have something that's this big with 6 gigabytes of RAM and charge people $900 for it?
They want you to use DeX on as well, like a desktop.
So. Yeah, and you know what you need for that? RAM,
Absolutely.
So yeah, if you pay $80 more, you can get the 256 and the 8 gigs, but that
But
should have been baseline.
I don't want to pay nearly $1,000 after tax. So that's the thing for a Samsung tablet, an Android tablet.
You know what I learned today though? Like, so that cover keyboard for the Tab S7 Plus has the function keys up top.
Mm-hmm.
The one on the S7 doesn't.
Why would you even do that?
And it's not that good of it's not that good of a keyboard. I said that in my video. I said this is $100, maybe $150 keyboard. This is not a $230 keyboard. It's not. It's the only thing that's available. So it's like you're forced into it, kind of like you are with the Surface Pros. But the Surface Pro keyboard is very good.
Yeah,
it's very good. So this is like not as good quality as the Surface Pro keyboard. They charge you more money, and then on the Tab 7 they gimp it.
Yeah, that's weird, especially when you've got the Magic Keyboard on. I mean, all right, it's $350, so it's a lot more money again. But
and that's the thing. That's a sales point for someone in Best Buy saying, "Well,
yeah,
it's $100 cheaper."
No, let's be honest, it's nowhere near the quality of that thing. The only reason I went out and bought that again was I got that Bridge Pro, and it sucked. Absolutely sucked.
The Magic Keyboard is worth every penny. It's just expensive, and that's the thing with Apple. Almost anything
around
Apple makes,
$50 keyboard is rough.
It is, and almost anything Apple makes is worth it. It's just expensive, and that's just the way Apple is. And you know, whatever, good, bad, or indifferent. But I tell you, that Magic Keyboard is going to last you 5 years.
Yes, absolutely.
Anything Android is still not designed to last more than 3 years.
Ooh, Luca, good point you've made there. And I got the Fold and the Tab S7 Plus at the same time, like within a couple of days of each other. They both arrived. And I sold my first Tab S7 Plus because I wasn't using it. Because I used the Fold 2. In bed, I open up the Fold 2, and that's what I've been using. But now I've got rid of it, and I've not had it for a week. There's a legitimate reason to own both now, the way I see it. The iPad Pro is a productivity device. I can do work on that. I can do my editing on that. I can do more color grading and things like that if I want to on that. That there is a pure editing machine. It's fantastic for that. The Tab S7 Plus is not a productivity device in the same way as an iPad is. What the Tab S7 Plus for me is, though, it's going to be Xbox. It's going to be movies, any kind of media, because the screen on it is absolutely
it's beautiful.
The best screen ever. And for media consumption,
it's perfect.
What people use tablets for, it's perfect. So I have a reason now that I'm going to keep both, one for one for the other.
And that's one thing I said in my video, though people didn't watch it. I said that it's perfect for media consumption. It's perfect for graphic design. It's perfect as a laptop. It's perfect for productivity. It's terrible for traditional tablet form factor functions.
And it's
but yeah, this right here, this is so nice. Like laying in bed at night, it is so nice.
That is the perfect 2-in-1 as well. Like I say, I use mine. I go to work every day with mine, and I use it this way only. It's only this way. I don't undo it.
I always use mine, but like I said, when I sit down or when I go to bed for the night, heck yeah, I use.
That's how it is. It's opened up at night, so it does kill two birds with one stone. But I still think there's I think there's still a place for a tablet, depending on what you do. If it's just media consumption, then you can just use the Fold. Yes.
But if you do other things other than media, there are a lot of reasons still for it. And I made a video, like if you saw that collaboration I did with Greg, it was, is the Z Fold 2, a tablet replacement? And I think for some people it is.
It can be.
Yeah, it can be. Like for people who only, if you just sit there and play Boom Beach, if you just sit there and watch Netflix and Pinterest and all that, then yes, because it's portable, it's a 2-in-1. And some people don't want a giant screen like this just so that they can do some things on. So I think it's a really ideal size, because you remember when tablets first came out, they were 7 inches.
Oh, yeah. Look at the Nexus 7. That was the greatest tablet you could buy for the longest time as well. It was so good. Yeah.
So there's a lot of compelling reasons. Yeah, this is $2,000, but if it saves you, like if you buy a Note 20 Ultra and then you go buy a Tab S7, you're spending $2,000 anyway.
And that was my reason for going with a fold. That's why I said to you, hey, I'm going to go with a fold. And then you started laughing at me. And then I explained, yes, but $1,300 on a note and then another $850 on a tablet. I'm way over the price of what it's going to cost me for the Z Fold. So,
but now you got an iPad, a Tab S7 Plus, and a Fold.
But that's because I'm a nerd and I can't help myself. You know what I'm like. But the Tab S7 is going to be basically my mobile Xbox machine.
I do really enjoy it, and it's a very good tablet. And see, the thing, that's one important thing with that 16:10 ratio. It's made for media consumption. It's not even necessarily that good as a laptop because it has such a wide screen on it. Yep. Like if you look at the iPad Pro, the form factor is really ideal for productivity.
Yep.
So this elongated, really tall tablet, yes, I know that they're trying to differentiate themselves. It's really good for more cinematic stuff and perfect for media consumption and even some games it's good for, but it's just too big.
For a productivity device, the thing that kills it, and we just touched on it, and I tried to edit with Adobe Rush, and it worked great on the Tab S6. But how much RAM's in the Tab S6?
They're both baseline 6.
Well, I just don't understand. So
it's got to be optimization.
It has to be but it works fine on the Fold 2, which is weird because it's got the same processor in it.
Same chip.
Now on the Tab S7, it runs like shit. It's terrible. It is not a good experience whatsoever. Even though, I mean, obviously it's not available for it. You have to sideload it, but still, you sideload it onto the Tab S6, works great. Put it onto the S7, my God, it's like using an Insignia tablet with a nice screen. Like,
that's yuck. I had one of those too. I bought one of those for my kids when they were younger. Terrible.
So,
well, hey, let's go ahead and I want to go play Call of Duty, and I got a video to make, so it's already 10:30 for me. I'm going to be up till 2 tonight because I'm going to play Call of Duty for an hour and a half and then finish my video. I don't know. Maybe let's take the night off and put it out Sunday morning. I'm tired, man. I've made so many videos the last 3 or 4 weeks. Maybe I'll just put up my case video in the morning. It's already ready. Like all I have to do is just put a thumbnail on it.
Why not?
Yeah, I'll put the case video out in the morning. I'll do the Poco X3. I'll have the unboxing come out Sunday, and then the 72-hour impressions video for people who wanted to come out Monday.
And I'll have whatever I have whenever it's ready. That seems to be the way I work at the moment. It's like, well, here you go.
Well, thanks a lot. And, man, some of you guys have been here for the long haul. I really appreciate you guys coming and showing up. I know Dan and I don't always talk about
right there, that Bridge Pro Plus. Oh, that the keyboard's all right. It's that mouse pad. It's got nothing. It doesn't do any. It's got none of the gestures or anything, and it's laggy. So, anyway.
No, I'm Ed. I cannot do those blow up doll faces on my thumbnails. And you know who is the absolute worst at this? Is Tech Today, that Brandon guy who blocked me for one comment because he was being a douchebag to somebody, and I told him he was. So I don't care. Some people like that guy. I could care less. The limited interaction I had with him, I was not impressed, and he blocked me for one reply. So I cannot do the like this mouth open blow up doll thing for all of my thumbnails. I'm sorry, I can't.
Me neither.
It's not a ding for somebody who does. Hey, whatever works and gets people to click on your video, that's not my thing.
Me neither.
So anyway, on that note, y'all have a wonderful weekend. Yes, we'll have our Unhinged Tech Show. Make sure, I think I might still have the link here.
Yeah, competition. You can win an LG Velvet.
An LG Velvet. And the thing is, it's not like, this is straight from Dez.
Yeah.
So Dez from T-Mobile was being really nice. He was like, hey, I'm going to do a giveaway. You guys set this up. I'll provide the phone. So this LG Velvet executive package, whatever that is. Maybe that means it comes with the dual screen.
Hat, T-shirt, things like that. I don't know what they're coming to.
So go here. All you have to do is retweet the post with the hashtag LG Velvet and Unhinged Tech and a picture of your favorite dish that you took with your smartphone. That's all you got to do. And we're going to subscribe to the channel. You got it. And we did create the new Unhinged Tech channel because if you've been paying attention this whole time, we've used my channel for the Unhinged Tech show, but it's mine and Dan's show. It's not my show. It's mine and Dan's show. And we were looking for a good time to go ahead, and we kind of wanted to build an audience and then kind of migrate over and create the channel. So this giveaway was a great opportunity because there's an LG Velvet giveaway, and get some people to hop on board, create some energy and some buzz. So y'all go ahead, make sure you subscribe to the new channel. Click on that link, retweet, share your photo, get a chance to win. There's not going to be a lot of people. I mean, it's probably going to be like 100 people that enter.
A really good chance of winning it. And it's only the three of us. No going through hoops or any shady business with Gleam or anything like that. The three of us are going to look at food pictures because we're all fat. And we're going to decide which one makes our fat asses hungry.
Yeah, so on Wednesday, we're going to sit there and we're going to pull up pictures and be like, all right, this one right here is the winner. And then we'll reach out to whoever it is. So it's a great opportunity. It's a lot of fun. Come join us 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time for our Unhinged Tech Show, where it's our Dan and I's formal show where we talk about tech for the week. So y'all have a wonderful time. We'll see y'all on Wednesday. Good luck. Show us the food pictures. Try and win a phone. Thanks for hanging out with us, and we'll see y'all next time.
Later, Gators.